This four-wheeler had a bad axle shaft. Actually, it only had a bad constant velocity boot, or CV boot, on its shaft. The shafts are cheap enough that instead of just replacing the one or the one CV boot, I went ahead and bought a set for like 85 bucks. You get both axle shafts for 85 bucks. Not a big deal. That way I know both of them's good. I'm sure the ones that came out of them were still okay. I probably could have got away with putting a boot on the one. It was just an outside boot. I've done it before on other vehicles like Humvees and stuff, but as far as this little stuff, I'm not sure what tools I would need for that, but besides the point, it was cheap enough for me to just buy replacement axle shafts. So I've got both of them, one for this side, one for that side. I will put those shafts up in storage or something up in the barn in case of something happens that I need one later on another project. But for the time being, it just made sense to spend 85 bucks and get two new ones than having to tear the one apart to replace the boot or replace it for 50 bucks. Along with that, my brakes were bad. They were not bad so much as to say that they weren't non-existent. The brake lever was really difficult to pull, and a lot of times that's due to collapsing brake hoses. I have a feeling that the wheel cylinders were my issue, because when I cracked the line on the wheel cylinders, the pressure relieved and I was able to squeeze the handle just fine. I have a feeling the wheel cylinders, one on this side or one on the other side, there's two on each side. Either side was stuck or something, allowing the hand lever to build enough pressure to where you couldn't hardly pull it. So again, on eBay, I got a complete set of brakes for the outsides of both sides for like 30 bucks, $33. Came with both wheel cylinders for both sides and a set of brake shoes for both sides. So I'm going to replace that today as well, but I needed to get the axles in first and get the ball joints back in the lower control arms, the shock mounted, and everything buttoned up on that portion of it before I started on the brakes. So here we go. I've got one shaft in already. They're kind of tough to get in. Sometimes you can just drive them in by hand. I just used a deadfall mallet and tapped it in. It slid right in, no problem. So I'm going to continue on now. Put the axle shaft through. They call this a knuckle. I call it a spindle, but it's a knuckle as far as Honda's concerned. Put the shaft through the knuckle, get it on and get it torqued down to spec, and then I'll move over to the other side, put the other shaft in over there. There's bearings inside of this, which they didn't feel bad. None of this really felt bad at all. This side probably I didn't need to replace, but I just did it anyways. And there's some seals in here, but I'll put a little dab of grease on that just so it doesn't burn up that seal. It's more of a dust seal than it is anything else. Uh-oh. I think they sent me the wrong axle shafts. Unless I put the wrong one in the wrong side. Yeah, I put the wrong one in the wrong side. Shoo! Oh, I messed up there for a minute. I had assumed that they were both the same side or size. So just goes to show. Maybe I can drive it through the other side. Yeah. There we go. And I'll put some grease on that. They're gonna shock it in my way. There we go. should have put gloves on. Little castle nut goes on the bottom. Okay, let me see what size that is. Yeah, I think that's 17 millimeter, I believe. Let's see. That shock bushing could stand to be replaced, but it's fine for now. Alrighty. Turn that baby, and we'll get that.
Alright, rainy day pickup here. This one could go either way. So this is a 2002 foreman.
Alright, now I'm going to put the backing plate back on it. I'm going to put some rubber gloves on first.
So I don't really pick it up too much. So that's why I'm saying it could go either way. I kind of lost the process here of buying it. But I ended up paying $1,400 for it, which is still too much in my opinion. But if it only requires a car clean, an air filter, and a battery, then might be worth it. I do have a side cover for it as well, and a key. So we can see how many miles on this thing. 60 gauge is pretty good. Controls are all there. Parking brake works.
Okay, I know I need to put the one retaining pin for the brake shoes back in before I put that on, because it was kind of a bear. It wouldn't come out, so.
So a couple things I'm concerned about right away. Transmission. Really hooking the transmission in.
Put that in there. I think I can go ahead and put the bottom one in it.
So once they go,
I'm thinking I could probably build this entire thing and set it up on the counter,
it is not worth repairing.
but
The other thing is the engine. So we're hoping it has compression.
I'm just gonna go with
Good start.
just piece at a time and see how it does.
But it's hard to tell, you know. Now that I'm pulling over, it doesn't feel like great. So,
Let's see.
but let's get this in the trailer and start tearing into it. See what we find. Hopefully we don't lose a ton of money on this thing.
Even the brake drum has a seal on it, a rubber dust boot. And these had some kind of Loctite on them, but all I have is red, so I'm not putting red on this just in case.
We go for right around like
I figure if I run them in,
$100 in my area. So if it's just a car clean, then we got a really good deal. If it's more than a car clean, it's probably not a big deal. First, let's see if anything was left here. Any money in here? Let's do it there. What's in here?
Okay, that is 12 millimeter. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, that would be this side. Okay. All right. And that fits on there. Has a nut, screws on there, it locks it down, and then there's should be a bolt on the other side. Oop, there's a washer too. Lock washer. Okay. And this little bolt goes right here.
What's up?
10 millimeter. Oh, the bleeder's loose. Okay, that's all right.
So looks like neutral's working, drive's working, reverse is showing up, so that's good.
All right, that's one wheel cylinder.
Drive's being closed. Well, that's great.
Now this is the one that has the breather on it, and it fits on
If it starts working, it's a good work.
that side, just like that.
Right side work.
And it has a bolt and a nut. One nut.
So far, everything's working properly. So what we're going to do is
One lock washer. One little bolt. Now those little chest
get the gas and just pre-coat it.
vents that things stick out just a little further. On this one, it appears.
really thin. It smells like gas. So put the drain in that. You know it as well. So we need the stuff over right through here. It's actually pretty nice. Let's take this out. Just let it right there. Push.
All right, let's get some wrenches and get that tightened. 10, 11, and a 12. I'm pretty sure the nut is a 11 or 12 and the bolt is a 10.
Yeah, it was 62 tons compression. Alright, so looking at the manual, it says 65 tons compression. Those right where you want to be for compression procedures because of the decompression mechanism. We are perfectly fixed now.
All right, that 10 millimeter bolt is tight. Now, let's get that nut cinched down there now. Okay, now that's tight. I'll fish that vacuum line back on there. All right, the vacuum line is attached. Huh. That one did not have a bleeder screw on it. It has two plugs, but no bleeder screw. That's odd. I'll just have to use the one off the old one. Now let me tighten that front one up.
There's 2 gallons in there.
I always got to be real careful about tightening stuff. I could overdo it. Put the Sasquatch on it. Break shit. Especially these little dainty 10mm bolts and Chinese parts. And we do not want to break it. Oh, I know. The brake line. That's why there's no bleeder on the other side. The brake line that loops around goes in one point on that side and then comes around on this side beside this bleeder. Ha. Pick this cap out of here. And then I'll pick the inside cap out of this one. And then put this brake line on. Probably should have waited before I put that hose on there. That's tight. Now we'll tighten this one on this side. Okay, we'll put the brake hose, little vacuum deal or vent tube on this side. If I can see it, get it on there. There, I'm close. I'll get under there with a light. Check it out after a bit. Okay, now we got the bolt and the brass or copper washers That goes through the banjo. One on each side. Knock the dirt off of that. Put that in its little home right there. Oh, still got the plug in there yet. Gotta get that out of there. There we go. And I believe that's 12 millimeter as well. Must have kicked that with my shoe. All right, that's nice and snug now. Now, do I put these shoes back in there? Honestly, I think I'm going to, and I'll just keep the new ones for something else, because these still have wear on them. Sorry about that. Just putting the brake clips on there. We'll need needle nose to twist that little retainer. There we go. On, and on. Okay, cool. All right. Now, the brake drum goes on. Put a little grease on the seal or on the spindle area right there. Put a little on the inside. I don't want to touch the drum itself, but that seal. There we go. Alrighty, we got that. We'll come back to that and snug it up after we get the other side assembled. Don't think I need to video the other side. I'm just gonna go ahead and put it together. It's exactly the same as this side, just to save video time. If I run into any issues or whatever, I'll turn the camera back on. But as for right now, I'm gonna end this for today right here and say thanks for watching. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, or if you want to buy this machine, it will be for sale. I got a gear shifter coming today, and it's purely just a cosmetic replacement because I don't like how the little rubber boot on the gear shifter is worn. So yeah, other than that, it'll be up for sale and it'll be on the marketplace as well. So thanks for watching, and tune in again when on my next project.